Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, what are you saying, people? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is doing good. Welcome back. As always, guys, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I'm grateful for all the love that you guys do show on the channel as well. Make sure you do hit the bell too, so you don't miss any streams or uploads in the future. If you haven't done already, make sure you go check out the Telegram. Links in the description to that. I share my updates there. Trades that I take, watches for the week, videos I create, so feel free to check that out if you haven't done so already. There's two links there to two different group chats. One is like a group chat for people to speak, and one's where I just share my information. And also, if you are looking for a broker, I do have my affiliate link at the top of the stream there, so feel free to check it out. IC Markets, if you want to use the affiliate link or if not, feel free to search them on Google. But yeah, guys, welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone's doing well. What's up, Kevin? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Any pairs you're looking at, feel free to let us know. But yeah, we've had an interesting 24 hours. Not too much has happened. We have seen kind of the weakness with dollar kind of continue a little bit further. Last time we spoke on the stream, I think price was trading around here-ish. So we have seen a little bit of upside, not too much, basically sideways. Pound USD, a little bit of upside as well. NZD, that went to the upside too. Aussie dollar, a little bit of upside there as well. Dollar Swiss dropped a little bit, especially this morning. Dollar CAD continued to fall a little bit as well, but it's been moving sideways since then. So we have seen a bit of dollar weakness, but I think as we touched on yesterday, price is kind of waiting for maybe PPI, CPI today and tomorrow to really get the ball rolling in terms of direction. As for me, nothing's really changed about my bias or what I'm looking to do in the markets. I'm still longer term bullish on the DXY, bullish on the dollar. So I'm just waiting for opportunities to take advantage of that. When I see the setups I'm looking for, that's when I pounce. Again, there's a big difference between having a setup and a bias. You know, you can have a bias without a setup, but again, you need a setup for bias as well. But yeah, my position is kind of just waiting for things to develop, and hopefully I'll find some opportunities later on. What's up, Michael? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Anus, as always, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing good, bro. FX trading journey, what is up? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Michael, please watch your analysis for the PPI news today. Again, like I said, I'm not really looking to do anything crazy with my prediction in terms of when news happens, because I'm not a fundamental trader. I'm a technical trader by trade. And number two, you know, if I expect the news to go one way, and if it goes that way, you know, it's not like I'm going to buy the market as soon as the news comes out. That's not the way I trade. And if I'm wrong, you know, I'm wrong as well. I'm not going to lose money because that's not the way I trade, unless I'm in a trade, of course. So my intention today going into the news is just basically just be cool, because there's nothing that I need to do in terms of prediction or anything. Just find out what the market does in the aftermath of the news, and then that will be my information that I use to take from today in terms of PPI. In terms of going into PPI, I'm basically just neutral. Like I said, I know what I'm expecting longer term. I still do have some room to the upside for Euro USD back into this area here, and then possibly some sells higher up around that zone, that big daily zone. But yeah, I'm kind of just waiting for price to kind of just get there, and then I'll see how price reacts. If you just drop from now, then of course I'll react to that as well and reanalyze and go from there too. But I don't really have a prediction or a estimation on what I'm expecting to happen, because at the end of the day, anything could happen. So I'm kind of just waiting for price to do its thing. Bro, the sound of your mic is a little bit weird, not as usual. What's going on with my mic? Is everyone experiencing the same thing? Hello, testing 1 2 3. Let me know if it's back to normal, if it's still weird. Okay, let me grab my headphones. Just a quick double check, see what's going on. Bear with me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Yeah, it sounds pretty normal to me. I mean, I'm not just sure, of course, how it's coming out your end, but let me know if it's still acting weird. But yeah, thanks for letting me know, though. Yep, NZD Kevin, we'll take a look, no problem. Choroscope. Yeah, I'm probably saying that wrong, but if you really need to gamble, what do you expect from So if I have to gamble, so basically trying to say that you're trying to gamble. You're trying to gamble basically. If you really had to gamble, what do you need to expect from today's reports? Will it be above or below forecast? I have no idea because I don't need to gamble at the end of the day. The thing with trading is well, you can gamble in the markets, but I don't recommend it. There's no need to gamble. You can formulate a strategy, you can formulate a plan, and from that you can create an edge in the market. So there is no real need to gamble. Like I said, I think I still do favor a bit more upside with the dollar because I do have these zones up here which I'm expecting price to come and test. So if I had to gamble, I would favor some more dollar weakness, but again, I don't need to gamble. So I'm not saying that for you guys to go and place positions, that way. If I had to, I would favor some dollar weakness and then for some dollar strength later on. But that's just me thinking off the top of my head. I'm not going to place any trades based on that information, not at all. I'm waiting for my setup to occur, and then that's when I'll look to take any positions. But if you guys are really trying to get it out of me, then that's what I think. But again, I'm not a fortune teller here. Amy's just now. Okay, good. Gracias. Ends the cat. I will take a look at Kevin. Cheers, Sean. Appreciate it. Mike is okay. Good. Greeting from Croatia. Nice. Whereabouts in Croatia? Split or Zagreb? There's another place in Croatia I know. Split, Zagreb. Forgot. It's gone out the top of my head. Yeah, whereabouts in Croatia? See if I know. Ambazonia, what is up? Gracious Pips, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I'm not a gambler. This is just a stupid question. Fair enough. Yeah, but you're surprised. A lot of people, would kind of ask me that just so they can kind of sneak a little trade in somewhere. Yeah, a lot of people would, what do you expect with NFP? What do you expect with this? And then they'll try and base a trade around that. But of course, it's just my expectations. I'm not really factoring everything into account. And the reason why I'm not trading the news, quote unquote, is because I have no idea what's going to happen. So I strongly suggest people don't just go and trade the news just because I said something or you heard something online, because it can get really ugly real fast. And even if you are successful, sometimes the market will go back and forth and take out people on both sides before it does eventually commit to a decision. So even if you are in the right direction, you can easily get stopped out first before seeing the market moving direction. So I strongly suggest just waiting for your setups to occur and avoiding the news altogether. No problem. Happy to help. Bunny, bro, NZD-CAD, can I go long in short term? NZD-CAD longs. Please I will go take a look at NZD-CAD. I'm going to try and pronounce that, but I want to butcher that so bad. Osiek? Is that right? Osiek? Yeah, it sounds like I'm getting something right there, but it's probably very wrong. But yeah, I've never heard of Osiek before, so learning something new. But welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Anyway, let me take a look at NZD-CAD. A couple of people asking for that pair. So yeah, NZD-CAD was looking pretty bullish the past few days here. I did actually miss a buy position on NZD-CAD last Friday. Came into a nice area of confluence. We came into that trend line and retested the high here. Really nice trade off the back of NFP. NFP pushed us to the downside and a strong reaction back up again. So did miss an opportunity there last Friday, unfortunately. But we have been seeing some nice upside since then. So buys on NZD-CAD still look okay. We're starting to get a little bit corrective. So we're losing a little bit of momentum. But in terms of structure, the market's still giving us higher highs and higher lows. So in my books, it still does look good to long. We've just broken through a nice level of resistance as well. So the longs do look good. As you can see, resistance here, resistance there, all of these wicks here. And now finding the market has broken through that and now we're retesting. So if you can get a nice shift in momentum, let me drop to the hourly, see how price is looking. So yeah, on the hourly chart right now, you can see the market's kind of just moving sideways. So you want to see some momentum, excuse me. You want to see some momentum come back into the market from buyer's side of things. Excuse me. Voice is a little bit dry. Let me get some water. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so NZD CAD here moving sideways. We had an attempt to try and push bullish this morning with this big wick here. Didn't amount to much. The market tried to push bullish, but it failed. So we're getting some signs that the market is failing to kind of really pull away from this level, which is not a good thing for the buyers. You want to see a bit more evidence that the market is at least getting ready to reverse. We are seeing a lot of wicks, which is a bonus, but this big wick here is not a good sign. So I'd wait to see if we can break out the range, see a nice bullish engulfing, and that could be a nice catalyst to get into the trade, nice entry confirmation. And of course, targets back to the highs, that could be a nice first take profit. And after that, after that, I'm not too sure. Probably keep an eye on this area here. This is a big level on the daily, and big level on the daily, previous support, previous resistance there. So I would keep an eye out around 0.82618, depending how far you want to push the trade. But in terms of the structure, it makes sense. As we can see, the market is still bullish, creating higher highs and higher lows. This could be another one for another push to the upside. So it does make sense. It does make sense here, NZD CAD. The longs do make sense. So I do like what you guys are talking about. But in terms of the entry confirmation, I wouldn't say it's quite there yet based on how price is moving. If anything, we could easily consolidate and drop to the downside. So you need to take that possibility into account and wait to see some strong momentum breaking us to the upside. But yeah, I do like what I'm seeing with NZD CAD. Nice break and retest. If you get a nice shift of momentum, I do think we can get some upside. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you guys are enjoying the channel, by the way, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I do appreciate all the love that you guys do show on the channel. Anyway, where was I? NZD CAD. Morning, FX Puneko. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Yeah, that's right. Osiek. Nice. I got the pronounce right. That's my inner European coming in there. You're welcome to be my guest. You won't regret it. I mean, Croatia is definitely on the bucket list. So 100% I'll be hitting up Croatia. It looks beautiful there. Gaming scenario, what's up? Welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you're doing good. FX Panuka, please check dollar Swiss longs. Okay, we'll have a look. See. Julian, what is up? Can you look at dollar yen? Yeah, sure thing. Do you trade only price action, or do you have some indicators as well? Purely price action, but I do look at Fibonacci and moving averages from time to time as well. But most of my analysis is based just on purely structure, support, resistance, and trend lines. But I do like using Fibonacci and some moving averages as confidence as well. But in terms of the indicators I use, that's kind of the main two that I look at. I don't look at any other indicators outside of that. I used to look at the RSI a little bit back in the day, but yeah, don't use it anymore. Not that it doesn't work, it's just that for my consistency, never really found much in it. Do you have any VIP Telegram where you post your trades? I don't have a VIP Telegram at the moment, but I do have a Telegram where I do share some of my trades, so feel free to check it out, link in the description. Yeah, no need to apologize for the questions. That's what the chat is for. As long as they're, honest questions and you're not just, joking around, then I don't see a problem with it. But yeah, I don't have a VIP at the moment, but I do have a Telegram where I do share my trades. Link in the description to that. What's up, ASAP? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing good today. Hope you are as well. No problem, Kevin. Happy to help as well, buddy. Okay, so let me go take a look at dollar Swiss and dollar yen. Okay, so a couple of dollar pairs. We'll go through some dollar pairs whilst we're at it. So dollar Swiss, you said you're looking at some longs, or you just want my opinion? Yeah, you're looking at some longs. So Dollar Swiss longs, not a bad shout. I actually do see long-term upside for this particular market. We've had a big move to the upside, taking out this high here on the left. And it's a very, very significant move because we had a very aggressive sell-off to the downside. This is the daily time frame, by the way. Aggressive sell-off to the downside, but price completely erased that. Came back on itself and went and broke structure to the upside. So I do think we're seeing a correction for the market to at least attempt to go higher again. So I'm actually getting ready for some buys later on. Yesterday I was talking about some of these areas here as a significant point. We could see buyers come back into the market because we've broken some structure on the 4H here. So I wouldn't look to buy the market just yet. Yesterday I said there's probably some more downside to be had for dollar Swiss before we try go bullish again after breaking that structure. This is like a big double top here. I wouldn't really be trying to buy the market right now after we're just taking out a 4H swing low. But coming into this area, we might look to switch bullish again and see some higher highs and higher lows come back in. And we can probably find some nice buys to take in the market up again. So what I'm waiting for dollar Swiss is kind of what I'm waiting for the rest of the dollar pairs. There's a bit more development. Price to come back and test some key areas on the higher time frames and possibly some buys from the dollar side of things maybe later this week or maybe early next week, because Euro USD, Pound USD, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, longer term I'm still looking to short these markets, and dollar Swiss I'm looking to buy as of yet until anything major changes. I'm still looking to buy, but right now everything is still pretty dollar bearish. You can see dollar Swiss here still breaking to the downside, clearing out some lows here, so it doesn't look good to buy at all at the moment. And as long as this price action continues, we can continue to fall. We've got a nice area down here where we might see a reaction from. So that's kind of where I've got my eyes. That's kind of where I'm positioning my focus to see how price reacts with that area. As of right now, not really testing any significant areas. And like I said, still looking very, very bearish. So I'm not looking to buy dollar Swiss just yet. But as you can see by the arrow, longer term, I am expecting price to go bullish. So waiting for a bit more indication for dollar Swiss around 0.89851. So I'll keep an eye on that area. But I think longs are a little bit too early right now. Okay, so we'll take a look at dollar yen next as well. Where was I? Daisy, bro, are you funded trader or you trade your own capital? At the moment, I just trade my own capital. That reminds me, I will be starting the funded challenge with funded pips from next week. So next week, Monday, I'll be starting that challenge on the YouTube channel again. So I'll try and do part 2 of my Forex funds with funding pips. Hopefully that challenge doesn't get stopped halfway through. But I'll be starting that one next Monday. So excited for that. Gaming scenario, Miko, which moving average do you use? In my experience, moving averages only work in trending markets, but they make a fool out of me in range markets. Yeah, I mean, they'll make a fool out of anyone in range markets because trending markets and moving averages, they work very well together. From my experience, the best way to get something good out of moving averages and some consistency in it, the markets need to be trending. If you're trying to use moving averages in a sideways moving market, you're going to really, really struggle. So you have to be making sure they're in a trending market. So if it's a ranging market, you best just kind of forget the moving averages. They're there in the first place because they won't really serve much for you. In terms of which ones I use, I like using the 50 SMA, so they're just the regular moving average. I like using the 50 and also the 200 as well sometimes, because that gives me like the longer term trajectory, and I can also use it as a dynamic support and resistance, not only just for trend indication as well. I like using it as confluence to give me extra reason why the market could reject a certain area, because I already look at horizontal support resistance, which of course is just regular support resistance, diagonal support resistance, which is trend lines, and then dynamic support resistance, which is flowing with the market, which is moving averages as well. So it kind of adds another layer of confluence. So I like using moving averages as support resistance as well. and as trend indication. But I don't really look at moving average crossovers or use them as an entry signal. I just like purely looking at them from a trend perspective and a support and resistance perspective, and I quite like the 50 and the 200. But of course, every moving average has its place. Some people use the 5, some people use the 8, some people use the 20, 21. So there is no right or wrong moving average to use, but there is definitely a better way to use a moving average and a worse way. This trading session is great. Please continue every day with it. I continue every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every week. So if you are enjoying the channel, and I guess for everyone else, if you are enjoying the channel, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. But yeah, I do go live every Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, let me get to dollar yen before I forget. So dollar yen, this one is still kind of moving sideways, and I'm still kind of just taking the sidelines with dollar yen, because if you look at the price action, we're coming into such a big level here at 150. Not only is it a big psychological level, but just a big level of resistance in general. As we can see, a humongous move to the downside here. Now price is coming back at that same area again. So as a swing trader, as a person looking to hold my trade for at least a couple days, 3 days, if it's a winning trade, of course, I don't want to be looking to buy directly into this 150 area, and I don't want to be looking to sell just yet because the market is still bullish. So I'm kind of just waiting for a bit more information for dollar yen before I do make any moves myself. And what I mean by that is I want price either to start breaking structure, start giving me some lower lows and some lower highs. At that point, I'll be a lot more comfortable looking to short, because at that point we've actually got some structure there. We've actually got some lower lows and some lower highs to trade with as well. So that would make a lot more sense. Or if we're going to remain bullish, let's start breaking through this area, and then the buys above that would make a lot more sense as well, because now we're retesting some structure above the zone, and I can expect a breakout. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for dollar yen from a buying perspective and a selling one too. At the moment, we're kind of just moving sideways, and I think dollar yen is just kind of making its mind up whether it wants to break through or if it wants to actually fall over and potentially reverse. So like I said, I'm not really too interested in dollar yen because of where we're trading. It's such a significant area, such a significant level, and yeah, with price reacting so aggressively from these parts, I want to be careful jumping into any dollar yen opportunities. And at the moment, I'm not really seeing any setups for my strategy anyway. So yeah, with dollar yen, I would say I'm still bullish because that's still the trend, still the market's moving up. So I would favor more upside than downside, but would I buy it? Like I said, not at the moment, with price so close to that 150 kind of handle. So I'd wait for a little bit more development before getting involved. And again, as a trader, I can go both ways. So if the market does drop or if it does rise, I'm just waiting for a good opportunity either way. On the shorter term side of things, the market's kind of moving sideways as well, so I wouldn't even look too much into the price action here. Possibly looks like the market may be forming a higher low to get ready to move up again. So if I had to, I would favor buys at the moment, but yeah, it's just too close to that daily, weekly, monthly resistance. So I'm personally looking at other pairs out there. So yeah, not too much use on dollar yen. Anyway, so as the USD, okay, we'll take a look at okay, gold as well, no problem. Bro, who's that sending emojis just like me? I have no idea. I have no idea who's sending emojis, but I appreciate it though. I appreciate the emojis. So ends the USD, we just had a big move to the upside yesterday, well, the past couple of days, but yesterday we just saw price kind of just about take out the high here on the left, which is 0.60482. We just took out the high there on the left. So with ends the USD, I am still bearish longer term on the pair. as I keep talking. Probably sound like a broken record by now. Still looking for push into 0.554, 0.555 into the swing low. However, I wouldn't want to be shorting it at the moment because it looks like price is really struggling to head down, and the fact that price is starting to print some higher lows and has recently just printed another higher high. At this point, we could probably expect to see even more upside here with NZD USD. Possibly even pushing higher as well. So 0.61, 0.62. There are some areas up here which the market may want to go and retest. There's a low over here as well. There's a low over here too, around 0.62. So there is definitely room to the upside for NZD USD. I'm not really such a big fan of long in the pair due to my high time frame bias, but I can't be looking to short it either as well. So if y'all look at NZD USD, I'd probably keep an eye out for 0.59, 0.598. It's a nice level of resistance, which we kind of broke through, big fake out. Let's see if we can come back, hold it as support, and probably use that to continue higher. Because prices start to reverse. We'll start to print some higher highs, some higher lows in, and now price is breaking back above structure again. So for NZD USD, I do favor some more upside. Like I said, longer term, I'm still bearish on the pair, but I can't be looking to short these type of markets here. It's just not ready yet. So keep an eye on 0.598 and watch out for some entry confirmations in these particular areas. And from that is where I'd expect to see the market form the next higher low if we do pull back, because we may just push up again. But NZD USD still bullish bias. Gold we'll take a look at next. Paris we'll take a look at. Do you learn reading the market through your dad? To be fair, I learned a lot of the basics, a lot of the fundamental concepts in my trading from my dad. I did a lot more deeper research on my own, but in terms of highs and lows, support, resistance, trend lines, trends, consolidation, candlestick patterns, all of that I learned from my dad in the beginning. And of course, as a person who, you learn everything and then you always want to further your learning, you always want to learn more, do more stuff, whatever. So you always go on a tangent and try and look for other things, other strategies. So, my dad taught me a lot of the basics, a lot of the fundamentals, and then I tried to learn everything else and just, learn every strategy out there. And of course, that makes you go in a nice little whirlpool of just kind of irrelevant information. Not irrelevant information, but information you don't need, because of course, if you want to make money in trading, you don't need to know everything. You just need to know something very well. But me just being wanted to learn everything, and I thought more knowledge meant more money, meant I would go and learn other things as well, and it would clash for things that I already knew because it would contradict itself. So that was a difficult battle for some time. But a lot of the fundamental things like candlestick patterns, looking at highs and lows, trends, consolidation, support and resistance, all of that I did learn from my dad in the beginning. Okay, so gold, I will have a look next. Game scenario, do you look for moving averages confluence in all your trades? No, not all my trades. If I don't get enough confluences when I'm looking for a setup, then I would look at moving averages as well. But normally, most of my trades, 80% of my trades, I don't normally use the moving average confluence. Again, I do like moving averages, but typically, sometimes, especially when you're looking at 50 and 200, the confluences are not always that frequent. If you're looking at slightly lower moving averages, like 10, 20 even, you probably get more contact. But with 50, it's always not always going to be perfect. Sometimes the market's just going to miss the 50, sometimes it's going to be a bit above it, a bit below it. So sometimes I just like knowing that I'm in the vicinity of the 50 or in the vicinity of the 200. But it's not an essential confluence for me, but I do like using it. Same with Fibonacci as well. Andreas, good morning. Any thoughts on Euro-Pound? Yep, we'll take a look. Kendrick, hey, nice to see you. You too, bro. Hope you are doing great. Any trades you're looking to enter? I'll go through my watch list in a second. Again, not really much is popping at the moment. I'm not going to be honest. Not much is popping at the moment for my setups in the market. I do have a few pairs on my watch list, but there's still work to be done for me to start looking for some entries and placing some trades. Melvin liking EuroCAD short soon. Okay, yeah, we'll go take a look at EuroCAD. That was my watch list a couple of weeks ago. Still eyeing it up for some sales as well. But let me go take a look at gold. So yeah, gold's been a little bit bullish, quite bullish this morning. Same with silver as well. I'm still getting ready to short these both. Like I said at the beginning, I do like silver more than gold. I'm waiting for silver to come back to these areas to short, but gold likewise as well. It does look like that first area is not holding anymore, so I'm wondering what we can do at this area slightly further above, around 1890. Possibly could see gold head to those areas before selling off again, and looking at price coming right back down to that same support level there. So yeah, for gold, I'm still bearish. As we can see, the market has been printing in these lower lows and lower highs now. So in terms of structure, everything is still pointing bearish in my opinion for gold. So I'm looking at the lower high forming and price coming straight back down again to where we came from. So that's the plan, that's the thesis with gold. However, everything is still quite bullish right now. So I don't want to be looking to dive into any shorts at the moment, any shorts at the moment, because everything is still bullish. Likewise with silver as well, and of course price is not really in any area of value as well. So for my strategy anyway. So I'm not really looking at doing anything for silver or gold at the moment until they come a little bit higher to those areas of confluence, and then I'll look at some opportunities to go short. But all in all, my bias for both of them, gold and silver, is still pretty bearish. Still looking at another drop to the downside and price coming lower. We've had this very impressive downside move, so I'm looking at retracement for another downside move later on. At the moment though, with gold, we are seeing higher highs and higher lows. So if you're on the kind of lower time frames, shorter term, then you probably will be looking at some shorter term buys at the moment. Retesting some of this structure here, continuing with the higher lows. 1, 2, 3, 4, buys around here would make a lot of sense from an intraday perspective. Longer term, from a swing perspective, still looking at a bigger sell-off. As such, but if you're on the lower time frames, 30-minute, 15-minute, even lower, you're probably looking at some buys to kind of follow this momentum, possibly back to 1890, which is where I'm looking to sell. But we do have some resistance here on the left I would be careful of. As you can see here, support, resistance, big sell-off there to the downside. 1873 is definitely an important area for gold I would be careful of. So if you're on like 30 minutes and below, I would still favor some short-term buys in the meantime, and this is a nice little level to do it. We broke through for a lot of momentum, haven't retested. This is a nice fresh place to buy from it if we were to retest, and that looks like a good healthy target to have as well. Possibly we might sell off from there, but yeah, longer term I do see more downside for gold, but I wouldn't be looking to short just yet. Everything is still looking bullish on the lower time frames, and likewise for silver as well. Breaking to the upside, seeing some higher highs and some higher lows. This one could easily come back, retest some structure, and be on its way to higher areas up there. Then maybe some sells would look good later on. But at the moment, short-term buys is your best kind of option right now. Okay, so we'll go take a look at Euro Pound, I believe was next. Yes, Euro Pound, and Euro CAD as well. FX trading journey. I've been trading for almost 3 years. I made profits, made mistakes. I win for a few weeks, manage my risk, but I'm still not profitable. Purchased 7 professional accounts and I passed one, lost it. I'm confused and not sure how to improve. It's interesting because if you've been trading for 3 years, it could be a wide range of things which could be holding you back. it's difficult for me to diagnose and pinpoint, there's a fly in here, exactly what could be the issue, because it could be a number of things. But I would say for trading for 3 years, in 3 years, you probably have grasped at least some good, technical knowledge in the market that, I wouldn't want to blame the technicals as the issue. Quote unquote, maybe how you deploy the technicals and how you implement them in your trading, your consistency with the technicals, maybe that could be part of the problem as well. But in terms of actually understanding the markets, in terms of just placing a trade even based off simple support and resistance with some other confluences, I would say that you probably understand those concepts by now, after 3 years. So I would say, if you're still not seeing results that you want to see, look back at your data, because at the end of the day, the answer to your problems will be in the data that you're collecting of your trades. If you're not collecting data, then you need to start. But if you are collecting data, then first things first, you need to look back through that. And if you've got a plan for your trading strategy, for your routine, how you're gonna take your trades and whatever, if you have trades in your data that don't fit your plan, then that itself is a problem in itself, and one of the areas that you need to iron out. And you need to work out the percentage of how many trades do fit your plan that you actually are taking. For example, are 70% of the trades you take fit your plan? If 70% of your trades fit your plan, then it's not the best, but at least most of your trades do fit your plan, and you can work from that. If it's 70% of your trades that don't fit your plan, then fundamentally you're all over the place and you're not taking the right trades. So that needs to change as well. But at the end of the day, if you're trading according to the plan and your trading results are not where you want it to be, then most likely it's the plan to blame rather than your trading. If you are not following your plan, then of course it's the trader to blame. But I would say as well, with as you said, you've been seeing a few weeks of good results, and then it collapses. I went for a few weeks, managed my risk, but I'm still not profitable. Well, again, you can't decipher profitability in a few weeks either. I wouldn't say a few weeks is what you should be aiming for. I think maybe expectations are a little bit off as well. Judge yourself on a 6-month basis, because of course, if you're not profitable, that means you're losing money. So you can afford to give yourself some time. You don't need to rush the process. If it takes you 3, 5, 6, 10 years, doesn't really matter. Of course, the sooner the better, but at the end of the day, you still want to be profitable. So I would say judge yourself on a 6-month basis. Judging yourself in a few weeks, anyone can lose money over a few weeks, even the best of traders. So judging yourself over a few weeks is just too small of a sample size. So look at yourself over a 6-month performance. Have a concrete plan that you've actually back tested, that actually works. Collect physical results that actually prove that plan, that strategy works, and go and test that in the live markets on a small account over the next 6 months, and see what happens over the course of those 6 months. Because you're going to find out that most likely it's your trading habits, most likely it's yourself as a trader, which is causing you to slip up. Because finding a profitable trading plan, a profitable trading strategy, a profitable trading routine isn't that hard when you've been trading for 3 years. You've probably got knowledge about the markets. I would expect after 3 years as well. Of course, a beginner, that'll be something different, but someone 3 years into their trading journey has already some decent foundation in terms of technicals and applying themselves in the market. So in terms of creating a profitable plan, I don't think that would be such a difficult thing to do. I do have a video on that, so feel free to check that out. But in terms of finding just a simple strategy to follow, something to back test, something to see that does actually have an edge in the markets, I don't think it would be too hard to find for you. Once you've got a trading plan, again, see that through for the next 6 months. It doesn't even matter if you average 0.25% per month, because at that point you've got an upwards trajectory in your equity curve, which is the most important thing. Once you've got that foundation, you can look to scale. But like I said, it could be a number of problems that that are affecting your profitability. But most of the times what I've found when people are kind of like 2, 3, 4, 5 years into their trading and they're not profitable, it's just a few small tweaks they need to make. For me, for example, it did take me about 3 years to actually start seeing some consistency in the markets. And for me, I needed to make a few tweaks in terms of the way I was applying my strategy into the market. I was taking a lot of trades and a lot of trades that didn't fit my plan, a lot of trades which were poor quality, which I just need to kind of iron out and remove. And that kind of left just the good trades, solely. Because imagine I was taking some good trades, I was taking some bad trades, and some trades that didn't fit my plan. If I removed the trades that didn't fit my plan, removed the trades that were just bad trades, and all I had left was the good trades, then it would be only a matter of time before I start to see profitability. So you need to kind of iron out the kinks, kind of extract the weeds from your trading. You need to make sure that you've got a routine, that you're following your trading consistency from a session to session basis, from a day-to-day basis, and you're doing everything that can be repeated. So if you're getting to the charts at this time and then you're getting off the charts at that time, repeat that day in, day out. Manage your trade in the exact same way. Have a plan to manage your trades, manage it in the exact same way. There's a lot of little things that you can tweak. Like for me, for example, it was just a lot of kind of small tweaks about applying my strategy, about taking the right trades and losing trades that weren't really serving me. And of course, the way I identified which trades were the good trades and which trades were the bad trades was going through my data and seeing the results and comparing it to my back testing data as well. And then after that, it took me about a good 3-4 months to find some consistency. But again, consistency isn't just profitable. It's up, down. The good way to look at consistency is look at someone's equity curve. If the equity curve is doing this, then that's profitability. Even though they do have some down periods, but overall, over the span of it, it's going up. That's what consistency is. So if you're doing this and you're getting scared because your equity curve is doing that, then that's where your emotions are taking control and it's sabotaging your trading. Because if you've got an edge in the market, which like I said, it's not too hard to find. It's not difficult to find an edge. Sure, when you're beginning, you're kind of finding the ropes, 1 to 2 years, that's fine, that's normal. But once you start going to your 3rd, 4th, 5th year, it's not difficult to find an edge. Even just a very simple edge. Edge is an edge, whether you're using XYZ doesn't really matter. And, sooner or later, you will find that your equity curve starts to do that. You still have your down period, you still need to manage yourself, manage your psychology, manage yourself as a trader as well during these down times, because that's where the real difficulty is. But at the end of the day, your equity curve is going up. That's profitability. As long as you're managing your risk, you're not seeing crazy drawdowns, that's profitability as well. So over a few weeks, your equity curve might be doing this. And of course, if you're looking at a few weeks, you're getting yourself kind of caught up in this kind of down period. But over 6 months, 9 months, your equity curve could be doing this later on. You need to give yourself time for that to kind of develop. And a lot of that's to do with consistency and following your plan. But yeah, like I said, there's so many different things it could be that cause you problems. It's difficult for me to just tell you one thing and then you correct it. But I think the best thing to do is journal. Record every detail about your trades, and that goes for everyone on the stream as well. Record every detail about your trade, and compare it to your back testing data, because I would imagine you've back tested something. I would imagine that would be profitable to some extent, and then all you need to do is try and mimic the live data to look somewhat as your back tested data. That's just the goal. Try and make that happen. Take the same trades, do the exact same things, keep yourself level headed. Of course, easier said than done, but that's kind of the best advice I can give you. Sorry about that. It took about 9 hours for me to get that point across, but hopefully it did get across. Blessing, UAUD, sure thing. Kalani, dollar CAD, will take a look. Anna, how do you think will silver fall today? I'll go touch on silver in a second. I'm not sure if it will fall today, but I'm looking at selling it eventually. I'll touch on where in a second. Adding to what you just said, do you journal in addition to collecting? I have been trading for 2.5 years, and I have started back testing and reviewing my trades just this January. Again, this is the type of thing you need to be doing all the time. So addition to journaling, what you just said, do you journal in addition to collecting? Yeah, I mean, I back tested my strategy, so I collect data for my strategy, but obviously from all my live trades, I'm journaling that as well. I'm journaling all the data that I collect from my live trades in terms of my mindset, my approach, screenshots of me taking trades, my entry, my loss, my win, my break even, my management, if I managed it correctly. I'm recording everything. I do have a pretty good journal software, which I use with Edgewonk, which is quite sophisticated. Still haven't kind of figured out everything there. But even like last year I was using Notion quite a lot. I still do use Notion a lot today as well. But last year I was just using solely Notion, which is just it's like a notebook software online. It's not for traders, but it's just a very versatile software which you can use for your trading quite well. But I was using Notion a lot. I was taking screenshots of my trades. I write why I entered the trade, what I saw, how I managed the trade, how I felt, if I maybe had some emotions at play, how I exited the trade. So I'd write everything in like a good brief paragraph about every single trade I take. And even trades that I didn't take, I would still write markups of why I didn't take it. Maybe I hesitated, maybe I was fearful, maybe I just missed the trade because I wasn't at the charts. Maybe I overslept, so I missed the trade entry. I'd record everything, even trades that I didn't take, because trades that I didn't take, I'm still learning from as well. But in terms of all the trades I took, I'm still recording everything there, and that built up a nice arsenal, which I'm still adding to this very day. Every trade I take just goes straight into the live data bank, and if I want to improve my trading, all I have to do is go look at that data and see, okay, what are the recurring patterns with my losses, diagnose that, see what patterns I can find, what are the recurring patterns with my wins, and kind of just play on that. If this is a certain issue that I can see recurring in my trading all the time, or most times, and it normally ends up in loss, I can erase that from my trading and then go again and slowly improve. And it's kind of like a big snowball effect. But in terms of journaling, back testing, of course, you can back test, collect your data. But in terms of live trading, you want to be, creating a nice collection of your live trades as well. Doesn't matter if you're trading on demo either. Trading on demo or whatever. Record every trade you take from now on. Just record. Trust me, it will pay dividends in the future. Anyway, so let me go through some pairs before I forget. So many pairs I'm supposed to get through. Okay, so Euro Pound. So I'll go through Euro Pound, Euro CAD, Euro AUD, Dollar CAD, Silver, too. Okay, so Euro Pound is actually on the watch list this week, but I'm not a fan of how it's moving. It's just very, very corrective, and this is my area of confidence. I was looking for price to come and retest. I still am, but it's going to be very difficult for me to get a good trade from this area. And I say that because the amount of lower highs the market is printing here, it's really having a hard time trying to break higher. As you can see, all these lower highs. So even if we do see a nice reaction at this area, there's a good chance price will push up, find another lower high, meet the resistance, and roll back over. So the way that the market is moving isn't very appetizing for myself, and I'm not really a big fan of it. I'll still keep an eye on this area of confidence because that's where I want to go long from, but the way the market is moving is not a good sign. I can probably find a better trade if I just wait patiently. So I'll keep an eye on Euro Pound. I am still long buy, still looking for a push up, but the way the market is moving is not what I want to see at all. So that's kind of my verdict with Euro Pound. Still bullish. We'll see how price reacts, but if it's not very, very good, I'll leave it alone because these lower highs most likely will send the market back down again. So if you do get into any trades, you probably want to be a bit conservative and take a profit kind of faster than usual in this case scenario. EuroCAD, I am bearish on. Not quite seeing what I want to see in terms of the bearish price action for me to start looking to short. I am looking at some more downside. Price had a lovely reaction from this lower high on the left here at 1.44930. I am looking for us to sell off back to the low here eventually. This is the first target, second target down there, but I do need to see some bearish structure. So if you can start forming some lower highs, that would be fantastic, and then I'll be more than happy to try and catch the next lower high after that and get into a nice trade, maybe retest some structure here. That's something kind of what I'm looking at for EuroCAD, or potentially come up, double top it, break some structure, and then a lower high after that would be nice as well. But EuroCAD, I do like the shorts. I think someone was talking about some shorts earlier on, so I definitely am in the same boat in terms of the direction I'm looking to trade. Still retesting some lovely structure. We've had a lovely impulse to the downside, so now I'm looking at correction, another continuation back down again. So that's the thought process, that's the plan with EuroCAD. But in terms of actual setup, not quite for me anyway, not quite set up quite yet. So I'm waiting for that, but yeah, bearish bias for EuroCAD. We'll take a look at Euro AUD, Dollar CAD, and I'll touch on silver. Euro AUD, bearish bias as well, still intact with this one. Just need to see if price can break through this support level. If it can, then I do think shorts below that look very, very good. We're still looking at a big level here, which potentially could give us a big inverse head and shoulder if price does successfully reject it. But if we do break through 1.647, I'm looking at price coming back to the low there, and possibly some lows here on the left as well. I think these make up for some nice targets. If price does break to the upside for Euro AUD, then we'll wait to see if price can break through this level here at 1.664. If we do that, then we probably can get a nice bullish reversal to the upside. So at the moment with Euro AUD, we're kind of just consolidating in this area between that resistance and that support. And I do not like trading consolidation. I'm staying away from consolidating markets as much as possible. So I want to see price actually start breaking above or below the consolidation, start seeing a bit more of a trend, and then I can be a bit more confident with my bias. At the moment, it's kind of 50-50. I do favor downside because, again, we are still continuing with this bearish trend. So I do favor a break lower, but of course not willing to sell until we actually do break lower. And then, yeah, some shorts back to these swing lows makes up for a nice short trade and retesting some structure. Same thing to the upside. If we do push up, that inverse head and shoulder will be in full swing. Look for some retest, and some continuations look good there too. So that's my thought process with Euro AUD. Dollar CAD I'll take a look at next, and then we'll touch on silver. So dollar CAD, I am actually just pausing my bullish bias for now. I was talking about dollar CAD longs coming into the week if we can hold this level. As you can see, dollar CAD is just broken straight through. So my bias for the week was if we can hold this level, I'm looking for price to come back into the resistance up there. As you can see, we have just cracked back underneath. So at this moment in time, I'm not looking to do too much right now with dollar CAD. I do think there could be some nice buys back down here. However, at the moment, we're kind of just in the middle of nowhere for me a little bit. I can see there might be a big wick here, so there might be some areas on the lower time frames that the market is reacting to, but nothing that I would look at in my personal trading. If we can come back, test these areas, I do think that could be a nice place to long. More importantly, if we can get back above this area here, I think we can get a nice opportunity back to the highs, back into the key level at 1.384, or just back to the highs here on the left at 1.378. Either which way, I'm still dollar bullish. I'm still favoring dollar CAD to rise and keep going in that bullish trend. We've recently had a lovely push to the upside, a correction, a continuation. So impulse, correction, impulse, I'm looking at a correction for another impulse up. So the fact that we haven't held this level means we're probably having a deeper retracement. Like I've said, I've highlighted this level here as a possible place we might go long. And if we can react there, or if we just react here and just push up, if we can break back above again, then that's a nice place to go long in a retest. But either which way, I am bullish for dollar CAD, looking for us to come back to these highs. But in terms of actually trading it, only makes sense if we're down at this area or breaking back above and retesting this area. So that's my thought process with dollar CAD. And silver, like I said, I am looking at a downside, but at the moment everything is very bullish. So I wouldn't favor silver to drop today because everything is pretty bullish. I mean, of course, we do have some news coming out, and of course, anything can happen. So yeah, for all I know, silver could, plummet today. But in terms of what I'm looking for, I'm looking at shorts, and I'm looking at a retest of this area here. We've got some nice lower highs. One over there, second, third. I'm looking at another one in this vicinity, and I'm looking at price coming back down to these lows here. So that's the plan with silver, but I do want to see a bit more upside first. So I'm kind of hoping maybe the news can push us up, and then we can see what price does at this 22.5 level, and maybe some sells the later half of the week back down again. So I do like silver shorts, I do like gold shorts as well, but neither of them are at any key areas, and both of them are kind of looking bullish on the intraday time frame. So I'll probably favor a bit more upside for both of them before maybe some shorts later on. But yeah, that's kind of my take on those pairs. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. Gold down, dollar Swiss up. Yeah, that's kind of my bias longer term in terms of what I'm actually looking to trade. I mean, at the moment, dollar Swiss is quite bearish and gold is quite bullish. So I wouldn't be looking to get involved in those kind of setups at the moment because it's a little bit aggressive. But I think with a bit more information, maybe PPI, CPI tomorrow, maybe just a few more candlesticks, thinking things can change around, maybe test some key areas, and then we could be looking to buy dollar Swiss pretty soon and short gold pretty soon as well. But those are the directions I'm looking to get involved in soon. Phronesis, good morning, Miko. How's IC markets in terms of spread and scalping on the 5 and 1 minute? I'm having problems with my broker. The spread is big. In terms of the spread with IC markets, it's pretty good. I mean, they do have different type of accounts. They've got the raw spread account, which will give you raw spreads. So spreads would be quite small, but of course you'd be paying commissions. The account I'm trading on is the standard account, which is I don't pay commissions, but I have slightly bigger spreads because I can afford to have slightly bigger spreads when my average stop loss is like 40-50 pips. A couple of extra pips is not really gonna change too much in my trading, and of course I don't pay commissions, so it's kind of a nice balance between that. But yeah, I would say it's pretty standard. It's one of the biggest brokers out there. It's a huge regulated broker in Australia, so it's very trustworthy. In terms of the trading on the 5 and 1 minute, again, I've never really placed a trade on IC markets on the 5 and 1 minute, so I wouldn't know the full ins and outs of that. But in terms of trading on a raw spread account, it's pretty decent. So, and of course you can go and try it out. You can deposit a small amount of money in a live account, test it out. As with any broker that I would ever look to go and use, I would always deposit a small amount of money, test it out. See how it works. See if I can withdraw as well. See how the process works there before I deposit the rest of my capital into the broker. So always give it a test, no matter what broker it is, even if it is regulated as well, because you want to see how it functions, how easy the deposits are, the withdrawals are, because at the end of the day it's your hard-earned money at stake here, so you don't want to put it in jeopardy. So make sure you go and test it out first. But yeah, IC markets, again, it's not going to give you crazy spreads, but in terms of the industry standard, it'll give you something along those lines. And it's the best thing to improve in trading is recognizing, improving, and eliminating, focusing on what works and throwing the rest away. Yeah, I completely agree as well. And it's difficult to do that, but the only way to do that is collect data, journal, and reassess, consistently reassess. And every time you get like a end of a month or end of a quarter, those are perfect times to go back and look at your trading results and go through them. See what's see what's working for you, see what's working against you. What habits do you have that's holding you back? What habits are pushing you forward? Focus on those habits as well. And just like anything in life, reflection, repivoting yourself and realigning yourself and going again is exactly what trading is all about. Trading isn't something which you just figure out and now you're just a successful, very successful, esteemed trader. it doesn't go like that. It's all about kind of correction, and realigning yourself and consistently looking to improve. It's not that suddenly I cross the barrier and then everyone's just flowing flowers to my feet. Hey, you're profitable now. It's not like a border you just cross, from non-profitable to profitable. It's more of a transition than anything. You don't kind of just go from not profitable to overnight unprofitable, because you don't have the results to back you up. You need to go through the process, go through the transition, and slowly see your equity curve start pointing up. So I do urge everyone to get into my FX book, or you just have some software that you can plug in your results that will show you your equity curve. Because in terms of profitability, I think an equity curve is the best thing to show for profitability, because everyone can have a great month, make 10, 20, 30% in a month, which is very, very good on paper. But, if you're going from making 10, 20% in a month to losing 10, 20% the next month, and then 5%, and then you're down 25%, and then you break even, then you're down 30%, equity curve is going to be doing backflips. It's going to look crazy. So in terms of just steady upwards trajectory instead of profitability, I think just having a slowly upwards trajectory, upwards rising equity curve is the best thing for it. Whether you're making, like I said, 0.25% a month, at least your equity curve's going up. You've got a foundation, you've got something you can build on and progress with. And again, even if you're profitable, making 0.25% a month, you're already a part of the top 20, top 10% of traders, of retail traders in the world. So you're already putting yourself in a nice bracket, which if you keep going, you will see the results you want to eventually. So yeah, make sure that you are plugging your results into any software out there. Like I said, my FX book is free, so you can plug your results there and you can see your equity curve. There are other softwares up there which you can use to plug in your results as well to see your equity curve. But yeah, even in my equity curve, there are drawdown periods. There's times where price is on a downwards trend almost like this, and then eventually it comes back up again. But during these downwards trends, I'm not questioning myself. I'm not going, oh, I'm not profitable anymore. I need to change something, because this is normal. If you look at some of the best traders ever, the traders that people write books about, they kind of average around, between 20 and 40 and 50% a year. And their equity curve is going to be up and down. They sometimes have flat years as well, very low percentage years as well. So you can't complain to yourself, okay, for a few weeks, I haven't really seen good results, so I need to change something. It's almost insane to do that. So focus on your equity curve, focus on building results, whether it's profitable or not profitable, whatever it is. At least you got some data to look back on. And like Aina said, the difference between not profitable and profitable is just addressing those mistakes and slowly amending them as you continue to grow. No problem, FX trading journey, no problem, ASAP, happy to help. Because if you focus on only the setups that work, then most of the win rate will improve. Adding to that good risk management, you will see a little bit of profitability. Of course, I have a 40% win rate. Most of my losses I take are made with emotions. I'm involved in my trading. When I check back to my journal and look at the losing setups, I don't see any evidence of entering a trade. It's just me pushing the buttons, looking for dopamine hits. If I eliminate the emotions, my win rate could easily go up 60%. Exactly. Isn't that the story of trading? And again, I can relate to that so well. I can see in my results as well that if I just make a few mistakes here and there, I don't need to take that trade, make sure I didn't hesitate here. You could easily add another 5-10% onto your win rate. And if you can look at pretty much any trader out there, there's always some tweaks they can make they can improve their results, improve their win rate. And that's kind of the never-ending battle with trading. That's why you see veterans of the game, you've been trading for 10, 15, 20 years. They're always saying, I'm looking to improve. I'm always looking at this. And you wonder why. You've been profitable for so long. You've been profitable for like 20 years. Why are you looking to improve? It's because there is that room for improvement. You can see the mistakes you're making, and you can see that, okay, once I assess these problems, I can look to improve my win rate, such and such, looking to improve my risk reward, such and such. And there's always that kind of room to improve that everyone will experience in their trading, which is why when you become profitable, it's not like you just landed somewhere. It's a transition. It's a slow kind of battle, never-ending battle, really, that you slowly start to win. So, a lot of the time when I was unprofitable, I used to think profitability was something that you just reach, something that you just gain, but it's more something you kind of slowly earn, and that's kind of the best way to put it. Because it's difficult when you're unprofitable and you're losing money. It's difficult to try and see the light at the end of the tunnel, because it feels so far away and it feels almost unattainable. But profitability is just could be a few months down the road, and things could be looking a lot different. But it all stems from looking at your trades, looking at your data, reassessing yourself, and making those necessary changes, and being honest as well. You don't want to paper the cracks here. If there's a crack showing, address the crack and really go and fix it. But again, and that's obviously why our back testing results won't always be the same as our live results as well. In back testing, my average win rate is probably close to 70%, but in real life, my win rate is about 59%, so almost 60%. So my win rate is 10% lower than my back testing results. And the thing is, that's kind of where I expected it to be. When I did get that kind of 70% from my back test data, I'm like, okay, I can probably get maybe 50 to 60 in the live markets, and that's completely fine, because if I can get just a 2-to-1 average on my risk to reward when I win versus when I lose, I'm profitable. So that's kind of my thought process with it. But I know that if I can completely remove emotions, I can probably near this 70% win rate, and that's kind of the battle that I'm always going to be looking to fight and looking to improve my risk to reward and whatnot, and so many different things you can look to improve in trading. But yeah, it's a very difficult thing to say, okay, that's what you need to improve on, or unless someone's there with you, looking at your data, looking at your journal, looking at your results, then they may be able to pinpoint something. But everyone on the stream will probably have their own unique battle which they're fighting. Of course, it probably will be similar to some extent, because we're all trading at the end of the day. But there might be something that, for example, someone here may be battling with hesitation a lot, but someone else may be very impulsive, so they're fighting two different battles completely. Someone's just very trigger happy, ready to enter trades. They don't need much of an excuse to enter a trade, whereas someone may be very hesitant. Maybe they've lost a lot of money in the past, they don't want to lose any more money, they're very scared, traumatic from it. That could that could develop as well, so they'll be very hesitant when taking trades, and they're kind of looking for the perfect trade to take, which of course, as we know, doesn't exist either. If you try hard enough, you'll find a problem with every single trade you look at, because there always will be a problem with every single trade you look at. So yeah, people will find different battles. Some will be hesitant, some will be fearful, some will be greedy, some will be impulsive, and other things as well. And some people might be hesitant, but at different degrees as well. Some people will be much more hesitant than others, because I know I've been very hesitant in the markets before, and I've been very impulsive in the markets before as well. I've been both the person, and yeah, it's kind of just finding the balance between the two, but it's very, very difficult at the end of the day. Anyway, Aman, the best site to practice trading with a fake currency. So do you mean the best to demo trade, I assume? Fake currency, I assume you mean demo trading. And if you're looking to demo trade, you can just sign up with pretty much any broker, open a demo account, and download MT4, MT5 and get demo trading. Again, when you're demo trading, it doesn't really matter too much in terms of which broker you're using, or whether you're paper trading. It doesn't really matter too much, as long as you've got the necessities to actually trade, because of course in terms of spread and everything, you're pretty much getting no complications from that bit, because you're obviously not being passed to the live market. So in terms of just getting a demo account, again, you can go to any broker. IC Markets offer demo accounts, pretty much any broker would do, and just get trading, record the results as well. I know it's not live, but record the results too, because you want to know You want to know how you're improving, how you're doing, how you're failing as well, and then you can make those mistakes and make those corrections later on. But yeah, if you're looking to demo, I mean, IC Markets offer, so feel free to check them out. But any broker you can find a demo account on. Shovak, hope I'm saying that correctly. What is your time frame for analyzing the market? Again, I look at multiple time frames, but the main time frame I focus on is the 4H and the hourly for my trading. 4H is where I'm doing a lot of my looking at different setups, looking at my structure a lot. And the hourly is what I'm looking at in terms of entering trades. And then I'll look at daily, weekly, sometimes monthly as well, just to find out the overall kind of consensus, the overall kind of direction for the market as well. Because as a swing trader, if I'm holding trades for 2, 3, 4 days potentially, I want to make sure that I'm kind of flowing with the higher time frame trend rather than going against it. So I do like to see what's going on the daily, weekly, and sometimes the monthly. But in terms of where I spend most of my time, it's on the 4H and the hourly time frames, looking for setups and entering it and managing trades as well. But that's how I operate as a kind of an intra-week swing trader. Of course, if you're on the lower time frames, day trading, you can use different time frames to me, and so on and so forth. Have you been a day trader before? Yeah, but not full time. I was never a day trader full time. I was day trading pretty early on in my trading journey, so probably for the first maybe year and a half, I want to say maybe that year and a half, I was focusing on day trading a lot, predominantly on like the 30-minute and hourly time frame. I've never been the type of guy to drop lower than like the 15-minute. Of course, I've messed around like the 1 minute before. Who hasn't? But in terms of like actually taking it seriously and trying to find some consistency, I've never really dropped past the 15. But yeah, I was day trading like on the hourly 30-minute time frames. Just being in the markets for a few hours. Looking at like 1-to-1 setups, 1 to 1.5. So I was kind of doing that for a little bit, 1 hour for about 1.5 years. Before then transitioned into a bit more swing trading and holding trades longer. For Hasey, I'm not too sure what that's saying there, Cedric. I'll go take a look at the pairs on my watch list in a moment because someone did request that earlier. But yeah, essentially, for everyone watching on the stream, there's something that you want to do to improve your trading, and you're very serious about improving your trading, and you can see potentially a future in it, and whether it's full time or part time or whatever. The best thing to do in this game is to become the house. As a casino, the reason why they're successful, the reason why the casino always wins in the end, at least, is because they know the data, they know the statistics. Oh, butchered that word there, but they know the data, they know the probabilities, they know they know exactly what they need to know to be profitable and make money from it, and they know that I think the casino has can't remember what the odds are, but it's just in their favor, like 55% in their favor or something like that. But they know the odds, they know the data, and that's the reason why it's such a successful business, and why they operate is because they know the data, they know the probabilities are in their side, so they can offer a wide range of activities, a wide range of games, whatever which casinos offer. And it seems that the person playing in the casino generally has a good chance to win, because the odds aren't that crazy. It's not like it's 90-10 in the favor of the casino. It's close. It's just past 50%. So there's a lot of appeal to the gambler to play, and that's kind of what we're as traders, we're kind of the gambler. If you're new to the markets and you don't really know much about the markets, then you're definitely the gambler, and then the market's the house. But you can change those, facts in your favor. You can change those odds in your favor, and you become the house, and the market become the gambler. Because if you can understand that, okay, if I deploy this system here, which has got a 55% win rate for 1 to 0.5 risk to reward or 1 to 2 risk to reward, if I deploy this over a wide range of trades for the long term, I'll be profitable. And that's exactly how the house operates. You take some losses here and there. Of course, some guy will have some winning day, maybe a winning streak, and they will come and go as well. They'll probably eventually give back the gains eventually. And that's how you want to kind of see trading as well. It's a probability, but the odds in your favor. So when you journal, when you back test, when you collect your live data results, that's you becoming the house, becoming the person with the probabilities and the statistics. So once you understand that, then you can start to actually trade for serious, for real. If you don't have your metrics, if you don't have your statistics, you don't have your probabilities, then you definitely are the gambler and the market's the house. And as you guys probably understand, that the house will win every single time. And sometimes it will give you a bit of joy, give you a bit of hope. You'll win here and there, but eventually the house will come back and win. But yeah, so the pairs that I'm looking at going into the rest of the week, I'm still looking at Aussie CAD. This was on my watch list coming into the week. Feel free to follow me on TradingView, by the way. Link in the description to it, or just search my name there, Miko Aodu. But Aussie CAD, looking at some longs coming into the week. This one's taking its time to develop, but it's slowly coming up. As you can see, we're still printing the higher lows in. We're kind of squeezing between this big level of resistance at 0.874 and the trend line there as well. I'm kind of waiting for price to sooner or later break through this area, catch some retest, and ride up that momentum back to the high at 0.88275. So that's the plan with AUD CAD. Once we get the breakout, maybe we'll get it from the news today. Now look for some retest and some continuations back to the highs. Euro pound, like I said, I'm looking at longs, but the way the market's retraced is just very ugly. I was kind of hoping we just take a dive to the downside, see some nice momentum, react, and then be on our way. But the market's been very, very slow, which the way it's moving down, which is not giving me too much confidence that we will hold this area. So I'm kind of putting euro pound to one side a little bit. Pound AUD, we're kind of nowhere near this area here this week. I was hoping to see a continuation back to the high there, kind of get like a big inverse head and shoulder, the left head and the right shoulder, and get a nice sell-off, but doesn't look like the market's coming back to my area. Silver, like I said, looking at price coming back to 22.5, then I'll eye out some shorts later on. Of course, we're not quite there yet, but a little bit more upside, and then expecting a sell-off back to 20.905, back into the swing low, potentially further as well, but I'll just look at taking the trade to the low for now. And Euro USD, I was looking at some longs coming to the week, but I was hoping price was going to break through the high first and then retest. Didn't quite happen. We had a gap to the downside, and price came straight into that level pretty early on in the week, and I wasn't interested in going long, but it did eventually hold, and price is pushing to the upside. Still hasn't really taken out that high as of yet. We haven't seen a strong candle closure above just yet, so I'm still not looking to long euro, but I do see more upside, at least back into this level here at 1.06351. So those are the main pairs I'm looking at. Coming into the week, but I'm also keeping an eye on gold as well, similar to silver. Gold's looking pretty bullish. Looks like gold might be coming back to retest this area pretty soonish. Of course, we'll see what happens in terms of the news PPI coming up pretty soon. But silver, gold, I'm still looking at shorts for both of them. And again, they're very similar pairs, so I'm just going to pick one, whichever looks the best in terms of the setup, the entry, the risk reward, and just trade that one rather than trade them both, because they both win or both fail at the same time. So that's kind of what I'm just going to be focusing on from gold and silver. I'm also keeping an eye on NZD/USD long-term short bias for this one, but at the moment everything is still pretty bullish. So with this one, I probably won't touch it until next week, unless maybe PPI or CPI dumps us to the downside again, and then maybe there's a lower high than some shorts. So that potentially could happen, but of course we need that muted downside to happen first, and then I'll consider some shorts later on. Dollar Swiss as well, I do like this one coming to the upside. Again, like I said, we broke some structure recently. Now the market's just had a very big move to the upside, looking at some retracement and continuation. So that's the thought process with Dollar Swiss. But again, not really at any area of interest at the moment. Need price to come a little bit further to the downside first, and then I'll consider some shorts, some long, later on. So yeah, Dollar Swiss I'm keeping an eye on. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the pairs I'm looking at. Yeah, there's another pair that I have my eye on, at least for the rest of the week anyway. Some pairs could look good for next week. And yen pairs, I'm kind of just giving them a miss altogether. Like I said, after the intervention last week, I'm not really interested. And this week as well, I'm not interested. Apart from maybe pound yen. Pound yen's just broken through the highs. So I do like pound yen longs. In terms of place to buy, I'd probably wait for price to come back here. So again, I doubt we'll see that this week. So again, pound yen will probably be something for next week. But yeah, I do like pound yen longs now. We're just taking out that high. But I mean, was that Swiss yen? Okay, Swiss yen. I do like Swiss yen longs now. We take out that high. Pound yen hasn't taken out the high yet. So if pound yen can do that, that'll be nice. And then some longs as well. But apart from that, the other yen pairs, yeah, I'm just going to wait for a bit more information there. And then I'll make some moves later on. Dan, good morning. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Thank you. All is well. Hope you are good too. And I'm interested to know how many years, or maybe not say years, how long have people been trading? I'm interested to know roughly, what sort of experience do people have on the stream. Let me know in the chat how long you've been trading. Again, it's not a judgment zone where you've been trading for 1 day or 10 years. It's just interesting to find out. Me myself, I've been trading a little over 6 years now. Again, I don't know the exact date I started, but I know roughly it was 17 going to 18. I'm 24 now, so I know it's roughly a little bit over 6 years. But yeah, I'm interested because some people, it takes them 1 year to start seeing some good results. Some people maybe 5. And some people maybe 10. And at the end of the day, it's just kind of their own battle that we all kind of take and go on. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle, but definitely worthwhile. Dan, 2.5, nice. 2.5 at the moment. Took a short break because couldn't handle emotions. Yeah, I mean, I've taken a break from trading as well. I think when I went to university, so I went to university when I was just turned 19. So the first year of university, so from 19 to 20, I took a bit of a break from trading from there as well. I was still kind of trading in the background, but I was still not quite there with my trading just yet, and I just started university, so I wanted to focus on university as well. So I took a few months off trading there as well. Yeah, we'll take a look at CAD Chef as well. Warren takes 7 years, nice. ASAP, they were 2.5 years as well, nice. Love your analysis, we have the same style, good to hear. 7 years, that's impressive. Soon be a decade, 3 more years and you'll be on a decade. Kendrick, 1 year, nice. Phronesis, 1 year as well, good. Again, it's all about the consistency and keeping up to it. ASAP, 2.5 years, but consistently for 1 year, good. Andreas, 3 to 4 years, nice. Dan, now I'm struggling with my emotions a bit, but a bit older and wiser. They say, yeah, true. I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of the times going round in circles, struggling with emotions and And time is the best teacher at the end of the day. A lot of the time you look back on yourself and you're like, what was I doing there? I didn't need to do that, or it was stupid for me to do this, or whatever. So yeah, a lot of it is just kind of realizing, making mistakes. And sometimes, especially in trading, I think trading is one of the few disciplines where you have to kind of make the mistakes to realize not to do them again. Someone can say, yeah, don't be emotional, don't do this, don't do that. But at the end of the day, you kind of have to do some of those things to actually realize not to. You kind of have to lose 90% of your account, blow your account, to realize you have to use proper risk management, or make sure you stay to consistent risk and don't go blow your account, or make sure you follow your plan. You have to get burnt not following your plan to realize you need to follow your plan. So some of those things, you just have to make those kind of silly mistakes, as long as you're not putting your life savings on the line, which unfortunately some people do. As long as that's not on the line, it's kind of mistakes that we have to do to realize not to do again. Joseph, been struggling for 3 years. Well, I was struggling for roughly 3 years as well, my friends. So definitely in the same boat as you. Well, was in the same boat as you. But again, once you kind of pick up, trading, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, although you might not be seeing the results you want to see, but you definitely do learn things along the way. You haven't spent 3 years of doing nothing. You have done something. Yes, maybe you don't have the results that you want, but you definitely have absorbed some knowledge. You definitely have attained something. So once you get kind of that experience under your belt, it's mostly just a few tweaks here and there, going over some mistakes, realigning yourself, maybe making a few tweaks here and there, maybe focusing on something that's working well and ditching something that isn't, and just being more kind of streamlined and focusing on a few things. And that's kind of the transition from not profitable to profitable once you've got a good level of experience under your belt. So yeah, once if you're 3 years still struggling, that's perfectly fine. Profitability is definitely on the horizon. But of course, you need to make sure that you're making those reflections, making those corrections, journaling a lot, being detailed as possible. And I know journaling can feel very tedious and very not worthwhile when you're losing. It's not bad journaling when you're profitable, because you're journaling profitable trades most of the time. But when you're losing and your equity curve's going down, it's not as fun journaling, because you kind of just looking at yourself making all these mistakes and losing money. But trust me, it's those kind of insights that will eventually turn you to profitability. So yeah, my biggest advice is definitely, get journaling if you haven't been journaling, and if you are, keep at it. It was a lot of pain at the start. Yes, it's a different type of pain. It's a different type of pain when you're losing money. It's not the physical pain, but it still hurts just as much. Game scenario, 1 year, saw some positive results after following you and switching to the higher time frame. Higher time frame also made me patient in trading, still learning though. Nice. Again, that's the aim of the game, still learning. And that's one of the benefits of the high time frames. It slows everything down, makes you a bit more patient and a bit more precise as well, because of course you're not so much with the noise of the lower time frames. Again, lower time frames, there's nothing wrong with it. It's good for entries as well, maximizing your risk reward. But I'd always say, make sure you are looking at the higher time frames, because it can kind of give you a good outlook of what the market wants to do longer term, or just from a higher time frame perspective. And you can take that information to the lower time frames when you're looking for your entries and whatnot. But solely just focusing on the lower time frames and not looking at the higher time frames at all, I think is of course there's still profitable traders who do that, but I think you're probably better off at least looking at the daily, see what the daily is doing, and taking that information in. So I started with crypto March 2022, Forex on July 2022, after blowing accounts of crypto futures. Yeah, I remember you saying. Yeah, I think a lot of people came into trading from crypto because obviously crypto was going crazy just after COVID, I believe. crypto's going crazy. A lot of even the most people who you just wouldn't associate markets and buying, selling, even they were kind of getting into the crypto scene, and some people would have transitioned into Forex, stocks, whatever. Dan, to be honest, guys like you make it more fun and sometimes easier to understand and handle the market. I think I speak for a lot of your followers. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, again, I mean, there's obviously an ugly side. There's obviously an ugly side to the industry, to trading. You know, a lot of people trying to take advantage of other people with ill intentions and just try to make a quick buck out there. So there definitely is that kind of bad side to it. But there's a lot of general people who can trade, who showcase their trading, who give general insights of their trading, their experience, and you can learn from that as well. And again, a lot of my kind of upcoming was from my dad, but I learned a lot from other people online as well. So I kind of had a nice blend between my dad and social media. But yeah, in this day and age, it's kind of social media's on steroids a little bit. There's so many avenues and so much things going on, so much controversy as well. I'm looking at the Twitter space for trading, and there's so much beef, there's so much just drama going on. And when I was learning, that wasn't really happening. I wasn't really on Twitter at the time either, so I wasn't even aware of it. But to that extent, that definitely wasn't happening. I can imagine that's a bit of a headache for people who are just learning how to trade, don't know where to go, which way to which path to take. So yeah, I'm just trying to offer that information. But yeah, I appreciate you guys always showing love, dropping likes on the stream. If you haven't liked the stream, then make sure you go do that. And yeah, showing love on the stream, I appreciate it. Full marks consistency, nice, Giovanni. Keep it up. Again, for me, I find that when I first became profitable, first started to see some consistency, I did find it a little bit hard to kind of keep it going, because you always have that kind of that thought in your head, that kind of negative kind of connotations that maybe it's a bit of luck, it's a bit of fluke, especially when it's kind of fresh, like 3, 4, 5, 6 months in, and you haven't been gone for 12 months yet. Sometimes you do get those kind of thoughts coming in saying, oh, maybe it's a bit of fluke, maybe just finding consistency out of nowhere. And I feel like a lot of people go through that once they see some profitability, because if you've been losing for a long time, then eventually start seeing some progress, and a lot of those thoughts will come and start trying to trip you up again. And it did trip me up a few times, but I think the thing that kind of kept me going and just see out that period is just always focusing on the process and the things I was doing, rather than focus on the profits, rather than focusing on how can I make X percentage in a month, how can I do this better. I was kind of just focusing on, okay, can I just keep doing the things I did that got me here. So basically, same routine, wake up at the same time, get in the chart at the same time, take the same trades, keep journaling, keep reviewing my trades, managing the trade how I told myself I would, exit how I told myself I would. Keep doing those things, and eventually you'll get yourself to a point where it's hard to say it's lucky, because you've just been doing it for so long. And by so long, I mean like 6 months to a year. You can't really fluke 6 months to a year of decent results. So once you get to that stage, then it's kind of just like, okay, how can I improve and how can I get better? But yeah, I did trip myself up a few times. Once I start seeing some consistency, I start to doubt myself and feel like it's luck. But the best way to get through that stage is just keep focusing on what got you there in the first place, and kind of just don't focus on the results, just focus on the process, because the process and the results will take care of themselves. But anyway, keep it up, Giovanni. Anus, I still find crypto trading hard. A lot of the choppy price action. Yeah, I mean, Forex and currencies, of course, is the most liquid market. It's the most lucrative market as well. So there's so much participants, there's so much money involved, where the price action looks fairly neat and tidy. Of course, CAD JPY right now is not a good example of that, because we've just seen a crazy move like this, of course, with Bank of Japan intervening. But if you go and look at Euro USD, for example, it's pretty neat and tidy. The candlesticks form nicely, going up or going down a little bit. It's not looking too erratic, but when you go into crypto, it does look choppy. There's a lot of wicks, there's a lot of kind of manipulative moves in there. There's a lot of big move up and then price comes straight back down again. And you can tell that the crypto market is just not as liquid as the FX markets. And it'll be very difficult for crypto to ever get to that stage unless currencies start losing their value and crypto retransition, which could happen, of course. But at the moment, there's just, FX markets, I think it was like 6, 7, 8 trillion a day. A day gets exchanged on the FX markets, which is crazy. So it's just very liquid. So price action is a lot neater, it's a lot tidier, and you can compare the price action on FX, compare it to stocks, compare it to crypto, even indices. It looks different. It's because this is just very liquid and it moves a lot neater. So that's why I keep to FX. Crypto is heavily manipulated market since it's not regulated. I heard that. Never tried crypto. Yeah, I mean, that's true. It isn't regulated as well, but regulations are in play, or very soon in play soon. But yeah, I mean, anyone could just buy a crazy amount of Bitcoin and really just change the market price in an instant. And they'll just sell it as well, and price could plummet as well. So crypto price action, of course, that could happen in the FX markets, but you need a crazy amount to do it, and even that, it won't affect it too much as well. Whereas Bitcoin, any other crypto as well, can be manipulated very, very easily. Not easily, you still need a lot of money, but a lot easier. Michael, what does it mean to be profitable? Like, what's the percentage before you consider trading profitable? Good question. Like I said earlier, I think the best way to decipher profitable trading is a steady rising equity curve. So, if you got percentage on the left here, I know it's an awful line. Let me use the line tool. So you've got percentage on the left there, you've got time on the right here. You want your equity curve to essentially be doing this. That to me is profitable trading, because there's a lot of definitions of profitable trading, because some of the best trades in the world, ironically, 8-9 months of the year, they're actually seeing flat, so they're actually moving like this, or sometimes going down a little bit, and they make most of their money in the 2, 3, 4 months of the year. So you can imagine their equity curve will probably look like this. Maybe it starts off flat potentially, then moving slightly up, and maybe flat, maybe down, then have a good month, flat, down, have a good month, flat, down, have a good month, flat, down. So the equity curve will probably look something like this, but again, you can see the trajectory with this one is still going up as well. So the kind of definition I would say for profitability is just a rising equity curve, because anyone can have a good month, anyone can have a good 2 months, potentially a good 3 months as well, but then they could give it back on the fourth, and so on and so forth. So I think just in terms of profitability, a steady rising equity curve for about 6 to 12 months, I think that kind of cements you as a profitable trader. 6 to 12 months of this going up, manage risk. I think that's what I would classify as a profitable trader anyway. I think in terms of a 6 to 12 month equity curve going up, it's very, very difficult to argue that someone's not profitable seeing that happen. It's quite easy to argue against someone having a good profitable month. It's easy to argue against someone who just has a good win rate, for example. But a rising equity curve is difficult to argue against. So that's what I'd say as a profitable trader, but I don't think there's not like a percentage that you need to have 60%, or you need to have a 1 to 2 risk reward to be profitable. That's just doesn't make any sense. If you're making money, you're making money. Whether you have a 10% win rate with I don't know, 10 to 1 risk reward, whatever, it doesn't really matter whatever formula you use. But in terms of your equity curve, that will showcase your trading. If that's going up, you're making money. And of course, over a long period of time, 6 to 12 months, I think that kind of cements you as profitable. Of course, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you're well on your way. But I think 6 months and beyond is a really good benchmark to use. Will do. Thanks. Keep it up, Giovanni. What's up, John? Been trading for about 5 years. Nice. Yeah, again, there's actually quite a lot of people who've been trading for quite a long period of time. I was actually thinking a lot of people would be like 2 months, 5 months, 6 months, maybe 8 months. But a lot of people are saying like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So that's very, very impressive. I think, to be fair, with the content on my streams, I think I'm more tailored to people who have had a bit of experience, to be fair, just thinking about it now. I think maybe beginners might be like, what is this guy talking about, and move on. That's just me thinking out loud. But yeah, very, very impressed to see people with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years under their belt. Levels Life watching from Nairobi. Can you explain further why your bias on gold is sell, and what is your take on dollar strength? Is it weak or strong? Okay, good questions. I'll go take a look at gold and dollar. Were there any pairs requested before that? I don't think so. If they were, just let me know again. Kendrick, bro, why what if you use the same strategy on that 1 hour time frame? Is it less success rate? I don't know if that's a fact. I use my strategy in the 4H alley purely because of the time scale, because it's a nice balance for me. But I don't know if I was to use it on the lower time frames, maybe my strategy, my win rate probably will drop a little bit. And I think that's because the lower time frames are more speculative. There's more indecision on the lower time frames. Because if you think about it, if you got the highest time frame, which is the monthly, which kind of encompasses what the currencies are doing to the best degree, the higher the time frame, the more honest the price action is to actually what's actually happening. If you go all the way down to the 1 minute time frame, you can see a lot of fluctuations. There's gonna be a lot of up down, just for the market just to go up, just to come back down again, and just make no kind of progress whatsoever. So there's gonna be a lot of speculations. There's gonna be a lot of fluctuation in the lower time frames. So there's gonna be more times where you've just been faked out. There's more times where you just potentially got in a little bit too early, you get stopped out, and the market goes in your favor. There'll be a lot more speculation on the lower time frames than the higher time frames. So I think in general, maybe strategies will take a hit in terms of the win rate going lower. I don't think it'll be such a crazy. Maybe your win rate might drop from 55 to 50 or 50 to 45, or maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But I think to answer that question in just simple terms, I think just because there's more speculation on the lower time frames, and of course news plays into a big part of that as well. If you look at the weekly, if you look at the weekly or the monthly chart, and you look at that chart and you look at it according to NFP, you barely notice NFP happened. If you're looking at the weekly, monthly chart, NFP is just a normal day. It's a normal day to the weekly and the monthly time frame. But if you look at the 1 minute chart, it's looking crazy. So there's a lot more factors you've got to consider as well, or at least show a bit more respect to when you're in the lower time frames. Anus, I started learning Forex trading with you, bro, since I was a beginner. Since the first month, I wrote live Forex trading on YouTube, and your stream popped out. No way. It's funny how everything comes together. Now you're a moderator on the stream. Crazy. And again, back when you started watching me, and there was probably a lot of people on the stream, maybe because you started watching July 2022, maybe I think maybe the best was like 40, maybe 50 people max during that time, July 2022. I want to say 40, maybe 50, maybe even less, to be fair. Kendrick, a beginner only searches for strategies on YouTube, preferably indicators, nothing else. Yeah, I mean, again, a beginner doesn't know anything. You know, they're looking for something to make money, whether it's strategies with indicators, whether it's that, whether it's this, whether it's that. You know, they're looking for anything. And again, rightly so. If I'm a beginner in anything, I'm looking for methods I can use to get to the next level and look to improve. But you know, whatever strategy they're looking at, you know, the chances of them staying with that strategy and seeing it through is very, very slim. Obviously, we'll get the shiny object syndrome, see another strategy, move on to that, see another strategy, move on to that, and probably come full circle. I know I did. Anyways, someone asked for me for gold and dollar. So yeah, I'm bearish on gold purely because we've had this bearish structure here at play. So price has come back to a strong level of support, which we've held quite aggressively, which is this reaction here to the upside. But I'm looking at mainly this bearish structure here for gold, which is this push, pullback, push, pullback, push. I'm looking at another pullback, another push to the downside. So that's the plan with gold. I'm looking at this structure continuing, another lower high somewhere, and that's coming right back down to this level of support. So that's the plan with gold, and that's where my bias comes from. I'm looking for a lower high to form in this vicinity for us to come back down. In terms of actually shorting, there is no short at the moment. Everything is still pretty bullish in terms of this move here. We're still pushing to the upside, creating higher highs and higher lows. So for all I know, we could probably pull back and continue higher. So I need to wait for price to start giving me some lower highs first, breaking some structure, and then I'll consider shorting. And yeah, I want price to at least get to this level here anyway before I start shorting too. So with gold, I am bearish bias, but I want to see price come a little bit higher. Then I'll start eyeing up some shorts. In terms of targets, probably looking at push back down to the low here. Maybe I just look for the top of this level here as a target. Again, that will be decided when I actually do take the trade. But in terms of my analysis, I'm looking at another bearish swing eventually and a push back down. Same thing with silver as well, and a push back down. So that's where my bias comes from. And looking at the DXY, again, DXY longer term still bullish. We've had a very impressive move to the upside here on the daily, weekly time frame, but you can see a lot of wick rejections there to the upside on the weekly chart. So it does look like it could be time for the DXY to take a little bit of a breather, probably see some downside, retest some structure, and continue up. So I'm looking at the DXY at these two areas here on the left and this high as well as some possible areas the DXY might find some support and continue up. So longer term, bullish on the DXY, expecting a lot more upside. But at the moment, DXY is having a tough time trying to continue higher. So I do think there's probably some more downside. Let me remove all these zones. I do think there's some more downside in the short term. Maybe we might come up, retest some structure up here, and be on our way. You can see the market has been pretty consistent with these lower highs here. Could easily see another one retesting 106 there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more short-term weakness in the dollar for some maybe longer-term strength. So that's kind of my thought process with the dollar. So for pairs like Euro USD, Aussie dollar, Pound USD, New Zealand dollar, dollar Swiss, I'm all favoring dollar CAD as well. I'm all favoring a little bit more dollar weakness. That's what the DXY is showing to me in terms of probability anyway. And then longer term, I think we'll start attacking the upside again. So that's my thought process, and likewise with gold as well. Okay, so where was I? Kendrick, to be honest, I was looking for someone's stream to copy his trade, and I was looking for someone's stream to copy his trade, and it came through Miko's channel. Yeah, 40-50. It's all about progression. Anus is lucky to have found you in the starting. Less time wasted, just transparency. True. I mean, again, I think Anus has probably seen some good results, and Anus has been trading for like a year, well, more than a year now, but way faster than me anyway. I didn't see some, respect to results until I was three years in. So yeah, Anus has definitely got a big head start. Which software do you use to stream? I use Streamlabs. Streamlabs to stream. Kendrick, Miko, imagine you use a jailbroken MT4 and display some big profits like 50k. Big number of beginners will get attracted to you, and you could sell them courses. Yeah, isn't that the method that everyone uses? To be honest, at the end of the day, I'm putting my name out there. On my YouTube channel, it says my name, Miko Aodu, and you can see a face to my name as well. So my number one rule in doing the YouTube thing and offering my experiences to people is I need to make sure that I'm protecting my credibility at the end of the day. So I don't want to put myself in a situation where a few years later down the line, I'm known as a fraudster. I'm known as someone who deceives people and make money off people through ill means. At the end of the day, it's my name, it's my face. I can't change. Well, I can change my name, and I suppose I can change my face by plastic surgery. But at the end of the day, I don't plan on doing that. Thank you, unknown trade. So at the end of the day, I want to protect my credibility and make sure everything I do it with integrity and I do it for the right reasons. Of course, my monetization is on the streams, on the videos, so I do get very, very small amount of money from YouTube, and I'm looking to monetize my channel some more. But at the end of the day, I'm doing it from the right reasons and from a credible source as well. So in terms of trying to create some mad marketing stunts to try and sell people courses and boost sales that way, I don't want to ever kind of put myself in that situation. Of course, there always will be haters, and there always will be people will say that, say negative stuff about you, even if you are good intention. Thank you so much, Aaron, for subscribing. Even if you are good intention, so that's never really what I'm trying to do. But I know from myself that I'm honest with my streams, with my videos, and I can sleep well at night from that. Anus, I came across Miko and understood quickly that I was sold a dream and that trading is a long journey and career path, and it's not about numbers and private jets. I was lucky because my dad showed me, put me onto trading. So my initial kind of concepts of trading was never kind of the social media hype. I only got into that maybe like a year or two after, when I started looking online to extend my knowledge. So I was quite lucky that I was basically just learning from my dad, and my dad was learning from his friend. That's what trading on YouTube does. There's a lot of people who do that. There's a lot of people who don't do that as well. You just got to make sure that you got your thinking cap on. At the end of the day, if people are kind of just all in your face at the end of the day, with marketing stuff, then it's a no-brainer that maybe, of course there are people who just made a lot of money who just like showing off their things, generally speaking, so that is true as well. But at the end of the day, you can learn the skills to trade from a wide number of people who trade different systems or whatnot. People are showing you their trades, how they trade, and that's kind of the forefront of their business, then that's going to speak a lot more volumes than someone showing a Lamborghini. Of course, to a beginner, the Lamborghini is going to speak more than the trades and stuff. But I think if you just kind of play it long enough and keep your thinking cap on, you'll probably decide to focus somewhere else. But again, each their own at the end of the day. Flow bullish. You're talking about gold? Yeah, gold is currently quite bullish at the moment, but I'm expecting that to end soonish. Of course, it's just probability at the end of the day. Kendrick, money without internal certification is no good. I agree with you. Yeah, of course. You don't want to do it for the wrong reasons. There's no point in that. Kendrick, we are lucky to get much valuable information from you for free on a regular basis, bro. Big respect. Appreciate it. It's almost a personal mentorship for you. Yeah, it probably is, to be fair. Probably is. Anyway, guys. Oh, it's 12:04. It has come to the end of the stream. I will be live again tomorrow as usual, so make sure you do check out the stream. If you haven't liked, subscribe. You know what you guys are doing, by the way. Make sure you do like and subscribe. And thank you to everyone who has liked and subscribed as well. Make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out any streams in the future. I will be live again tomorrow as always. If I do take any positions, I'll let you know in the description. Not in the description. I won't let you know in the description. I do have the link to my Telegram in the description, which I'll let you know on the Telegram. So feel free to check out the Telegram link in the description to that. If you are looking for a broker, I do have my affiliate link to IC Markets. Feel free to check them out. Thank you so much, Andrea, for subscribing. Feel free to check out IC Markets. I do have my affiliate link if you want to use it. Feel free. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming onto the stream. Really do appreciate it. We want Lambos, bro, flipping $10 to 1 million. Some YouTubers though, Miko is open than the best. Yeah, didn't FX Alex G blow the account at like 300k? I mean, to be fair, if he was actually doing it to $100 to 300k is very, very impressive as well. Because the amount of flips that needs for you to not kind of go on a losing streak is insane. But yeah, maybe I'll go $10 to 1 million. Why not 100 million? Anyway, thank you, Anis, for coming to the stream and moderating. I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone else as well. But yeah, guys, I will be live again tomorrow. So I hope to see you all there. If not, have a good week. But yeah, make sure you are there. But anyway, guys, have a good one.